Welcome, Tim Tavender. Can you explain a little bit about what you do as a business?
Well, I am a digital marketer, and what does that mean? So I help other businesses to grow, and I work mainly with people who have their own courses, and depending on what they're like, I do it as a partner as opposed to a fee. So I do a lot of revenue share is how I work. So what I actually do for them, we could build courses, we could grow the courses through ads or email or copy or whatever. So yeah, that's what I do. Um, and uh, and I also run my own course and my own summit on the same subject of revenue share.
This is really interesting
Mm,
because it generally most of our users will just sell. They'll just do a service and sell that for a price.
mm,
I do a similar thing as well. Revenue share is really good. If you
mm.
think something that's really good, I can really get into that. And you've got someone doing it and you're marketing for them. It's absolutely so lucrative long term.
Yeah, yeah, and also it divorces time for money. Like if you're actually a freelancer or there might be a lot of people watching this who are actually trying to run their own courses, but there's a space between providing services and running your own course, which is helping other people with their courses or their products or services, and you do it as revenue share. Um, and if you do it that way, then you could do the work once and get paid over and over and over again. So.
Perfect. That's what
mm,
we want to hear. So, how has Zenler helped you, Tim?
Well, for many ways, actually, I operate on the basis that if you can simplify things, then life gets a bit easier. And what I was doing before, I was pulling all my hair out, as you can see, with trying to bolt loads of different tools together, and it just it wasn't working. And actually, towards the start of the year, I actually completely ripped up another page builder type site, which I won't mention. Ripped it up completely. I'd worked so long on it. I'd even created an app that goes along with it, and I ripped it up because it just couldn't speak to all the other things I needed to do. Whereas Zenler does that. You've got everything all built into Zenler, which makes life so much easier.
Yeah, I think it's that integration. I mean, we pride ourselves on being an all-in-one platform. We
Mm,
try to make each area as comprehensive as possible, but it does lack some areas. But
mm,
we're working on those, so we're trying to build better community side of things. Obviously, the Zoom, we've got that
mm.
integrated. Don't need a subscription. So the CEO's main mission statement here was to try to get people not to use any other integration, and we're hoping to get to a stage where no one will have to, and we won't even have to have an integration area. What is your favorite feature inside of Zenler then?
So there's two things really. One is that I can just the whole courses section is what I mainly use Zenler for at the moment. But building a sales page to go with that was so easy, and putting the payment pages together and integrating all the payment stuff can be so confusing for people. And then on top of that, you got an affiliate program. So those things together just made it so much more seamless than all the other stuff I was doing before. I was trying to bolt a third party affiliate program together and then a page builder and then upsells and things like that. Zenler just does that all. Because if you're building a funnel for a course like I do for myself and my partners, you want to be able to have the front end, then the upsells and the order bumps, all that kind of thing, seamless. Like so easy just to add it in, and it's all there. Um, I know I'm bouncing around a little bit, but what I would also say is that whenever I've got a little bit stuck, I can just find the answers, like within the help tools that Zenler provides. And if they're not there, I do a search on Google, and Zenler's also, you guys have also got reams and reams of content. I can go in, find it, and they're actually step by step. So I've been able to do a few things there without even involving anyone else. Just do it all myself. The help files. It's yeah, makes life
Yeah.
easier.
That's great, Tim. Yeah, we always say people to action things. We do get lots of people. I've got a Facebook group and people ask questions in there, but generally people can get answers a lot quicker if they just Google it. because we make sure, that's why we've got such a huge YouTube channel, so that we have all our videos listed on there, and if anyone's searching they can find it. And of course all our content is free, so it's not locked behind a firewall or anything. It's very easy and accessible, and I think that was the main point with Zenler, to try and make sure all of our education was free for that sole reason, whether you're on the platform or not. So it's good you're finding that. So what do you think of the education training inside Zenler, Tim?
Well, I think it seems to have ramped up quite a bit lately, and I think that the fact that it's so comprehensive, you're deep diving into certain areas. I think it's just so it's so useful in the sense that it's encouraging people to dive into the aspects of Zenler they didn't know about. So like affiliate marketing, for example, like, people might not actually use that as a traffic method or a way to get sales, but you've got some training on that. And like lately, you've got these trainings coming on board, which I've seen a lot more regularly, and you're promoting them a lot more. And I just think they just help so much, especially if you're using Zenler and if you are yourself using it, as opposed to sort of outsourcing it someone else to do. I think if you're whoever's actually the one that's driving the changes within the Zenler platform should definitely go through the training, because it's just you're getting tips and things that you otherwise might take you ages to learn yourself by rooting through the group or looking on YouTube, whatever. And some of the trainings might not be appropriate to you, but if something piques your interest, then yeah, you're going to learn quite a lot from the people who create it. Well, from yourself as well, Dave. I know you do a lot of these. Yeah, I love it. I love interaction. It's interacting with what we call, like, our users are not our users, they're our family, really. We're all in this together, and we're trying to help each other, and that's why the Facebook group's so good, because everybody answers each other's questions. So Tim, thank you so much for giving us your feelings about Zenler and how you're using your business. So can we see your website? What is your website address? So the website I use for Zenler is learn.remarkablecreators.com. Right. So here's my course landing page. So that's probably the best one, because otherwise, the way I use it, this domain here, learn.remarkablecreators.com, this is where they log in. So the way people will buy. So what I've done is I've had a summit that then leads into Zenler for hosting all the bonuses, all the recordings, things like that, all within Zenler. I'm probably going to move my whole summit over to Zenler too. But yeah, that was an extra step too far. I didn't want to rip up at the time.
It's always in stages, isn't it? It's best if you've got something set up somewhere else, to bring stuff across and just do it in little stages.
Yeah. So there was this. So there's been a few things I've learned within Zenler. It's not on this page, but for example, I wanted to learn how to click a button and then it jumped down to somewhere else. So I've done it on one of my partners' sites that we use Zenler for, and I found that through the Facebook group. Someone had mentioned, like, how you edit it with the HTML and stuff. But yeah, so this is my sales page for my course, and you can, it's so easy, just create these blocks. This one, for example, create this block and then just copy and paste it out for the second block. Just create a different look to it, different things you can add in. This was great. I was able to copy this whole page from a different website builder. Just everything that I could do in that website builder, which is the one that everybody says is the most customizable, I was able to do it in Zenler. So, for example, this box here, I was able to add that. So I like the look of that, because these little case study breakout bits. Adding custom. I know the font's probably not the easiest to read. I need to look at that, but I wanted to add my custom font in there. I could do that easily within Zenler.
Yeah, it's really good use. Actually, it's quite striking. I love the colours. Very, very good colour combinations there, and clear as well. I think that a lot of people need to have a look at sites like yours because of the clarity of it. It's all like the paragraphs. There's a lot of content on there, but the paragraphs are broken in such a way that it's very easy to consume. I think that's a real key that you've got there going on, and you've got the course curriculum in there as well.
that was one thing I was going to mention, is that this I didn't have to add this. This was all just from my course. When I built my course out, Zenler gives you options to add this as a block. So yeah, that was great. You could just do that, and then people can see each of the different, obviously all the course curriculum, and then I can add each, break out into different modules, what you get, FAQs, and I love these little, all of this stuff that you can add just to make it look a bit more funky. Yeah, and then you can buy the thing, and then you go to the buying page, and of course you can pick the different options. In this case, I've used different offers within the same sales page, but I wanted to do that to contrast the different pricing. But yeah, you can do that. I could, if I want to, I can add an order bump in there. I can use PayPal and the card, which is really key for me, is that sometimes the platform I was using for my summit, the reason why I didn't do everything on there was because you can only use PayPal or Stripe. You can't use both, but you can on here. And if I wanted to, I could just add a little order bump in here. You click it, or I think it appears down here actually on the right.
Yeah.
A little box breaks out. I haven't got it enabled on this one, but you can, if you want. I don't know if I'll be able to show you if I go, if you can still see my screen sharing here. This is the login place if someone's bought the course, but if they don't, they want to buy, they can click on here. And then I've got my summit recordings. And if I click on this one, so you've got what's included.
Oh, so that's interesting. So you're driving people, through lives or through summits you do. You're sending them straight into it rather than have a more commonly a homepage with everything on it.
Yeah. So my Remarkable Creators homepage is actually a newsletter, but this academy, the Remarkable Creators Academy, is done all through Zenler. So here, look, I've got here my little order bump. And that is so important. If you're running courses, if you're creating funnels like you can in Zenler, it's so important to have this little order bump because, in fact, what I found was actually having this price here plus the 97, like people just went for the 97 straight off the bat. But if they did go for 67, it's so easy just to click that, and they get all the other things that they potentially didn't get before. So it's a really good feature. And then of course, if they buy that, which they do here, they can then go on to the upsell page. And what I found was for my summit was I had on my thank you page, I had an affiliate offer for an upsell, and I sold a number of them too, which I wasn't really expecting to sell because it was almost like it was hidden a bit lower. But still people buying the affiliate upsell. So it was great. So it's just a little bit of extra revenue in that funnel. But I'm not one of these that likes to go upsell, downsell, upsell, downsell, upsell 1, 2, 3, 4. It was just literally you buy this, you get a bump, you get one upsell, and then when on that page is also an option to buy somebody else's course or get an affiliate revenue on it. So it was really, really worked so well. And the thing that was really striking to me was I wasn't looking forward to recreating everything in Zenler I wasn't looking forward to recreating it full stop. But I looked at the Zenler platform and I went, do you know what? I don't think it's going to take me very long. And because all the headaches I was having before, they kind of just went away. I was spending hours and hours and hours before trying to make this tool talk to that one. It wasn't working. I was going back to support, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, just chucked it all onto Zenler. Yeah, it was a bit like, I should have done this sooner. But once I did, it was fine. And the other thing that I obviously mentioned a bit earlier was I've got two other courses. One which is a bit kind of I've moved on from now, so it just sits there as content for the people that did buy to use it. And that's just my own thing. It didn't work out. That particular course wasn't really the right thing. But the other one is a ongoing membership where we're growing it with a friend of mine, working together. And so we've got 3 options on the program that I've got, 3, and it's still way cheaper than some of the other options out there. So it's a really affordable way to run an online business.
Yeah, well, you'd get your, you know, with the pro plan, you get 3 sites, don't you? So you
Yeah,
could use, you can utilize all 3 of those, and even
yeah,
some people love premium because they're sellers and they're working in across lots of different channels. So having 10 sites for them is really good because it's, you know, when you do the maths, like 10 sites with every other platform, it's
mm,
it's paying each site, which is crazy.
yeah.
You know, so that's a good thing. Thank you so much, Tim, for giving us a tour around the world of Tim Tavender. It's superb. Thank you so much.
That's all right. It's my pleasure. Thank you.